morning and welcome back to the high octane, fun, early morning Sunday show, which, let's give a big shout out to the Zonkman, Steve Bender, for that opening. He sent me that. I just crack it up. Hey, anybody wants to send me an opening, you guys go right on ahead. I love it. Steve's out in North Carolina, and they are getting hammered with snow. I got nothing here, and they're just getting blasted. And he is an avid four-wheeler, so did that. It was the most hilarious thing. So, Zonkman, Steve, appreciate you. I had the pleasure of meeting him a couple years ago, and it was great. I mean, Steve's been, him and Sherry, his wife Sherry's wonderful. I've yet to meet her, but she actually likes my videos, so thank you, Sherry. Oh, Lord. Okay. Well, so that was fun. But then there's well, I know first, hey, I got some VCLT today. I got some soul funk we're going to do. Kind of shoegazy stuff. Ooh, big surprise. Garage rock. Ooh, big surprise. Some cool music from Africa. Hard rock. That's right, classic hard rock. All right, just want to say that. And hopefully time for another record store day. But first, this. So that's for my walkabout in the city of Denver. One of my things I've been wanting to do, I did not do last winter, was to hit the museums more. And it was just one of those beautiful days. Went down there. I was down in the Capitol area, visited the historical museum, the Colorado History Museum. There, you saw that one room they had Japanese internment camps here. That was kind of a picture of that. Every kid, or half the kids in the city of Denver school system, were at the museum that day. Wow. Wow, was that loud. But, hey, what are you going to do? Can't be a cranky old man. Visited the Capitol. You could just walk around in there. That was pretty neat. So they weren't, at least at the time, in session, but there was a lot of people in there, legislators and stuff like that. And then I went to the Clyfford Still Art Museum. There it is. Clyfford Still, of course, an abstract, one of the abstract expressionists back in the 50s, 60s. And so all of his 95% of his artwork is in this museum. He's not from the Denver, but when he died, it was set in the will that he wants to keep all the art together. So the city's being to bid for it. You had to make special spots. There's all kinds of different things that you had to do. Denver did it, and so that is part of his art museum. And this exhibit was picked out by I think they're 12 or 13-year-olds, decided here's what we should show. Kind of neat. So that was walkabout, and then I went to a pub and had my lunch of banger sandwich, but bangers, which is a basic sausage on top of your hamburger. All right, cool. So that's what we have. And not much else. It's going to be a beautiful weekend here while everyone else is out east is getting hammered again. About 60. Maybe I'll even head into the mountains just for fun. All right, let's begin with VCLT. And this boy, was this a surprise. This came from Steve. A is for Ellis, B is for Bob, C is for his collection that he's currently purging. His channel is A is for Ellis, B is for Bob, C is for, and then he comes up with whatever. I've been watching Steve for a long time. He's moving. He's in Chicago, freezing his ass off. Sorry, Steve. I saw the weather report again. Moving to Arizona. And so he is doing a purge on CDs. So he has this ongoing series of what he's keeping, what he's not. And but he was talking about Porcupine Tree, and I just commented, said, you know, everyone keeps talking about Porcupine Tree. I've never bought anything, but he had mentioned this album and said, this is kind of the most Pink Floyd-ish sounding album. I go, well, maybe that's where I need to start. He went and ordered it for me and sent it to me. I mean, totally unexpected. I just, wow, that was something else. And I can say it did sound like had some Pink Floyd in there. I absolutely got that. And this is great. All right, so I finally, there it is. Hey, folks, Porcupine Tree's pretty good. Now, I'm the last one maybe to ever listen to Porcupine Tree because everyone keeps showing them. But wow, I like this. This was really, really good. I'm doing my purge, and well, this would never get purged because this was really good, and it does make me want to dive a little bit more into their catalog, not being a completist. I don't even think super heavy prog. Who knows? Maybe it's the year prog for me. That could be it. But Steve, this was incredible. Super surprised, and huge thank you for this. Thank you very, very much. All right, let's move into the music and brand new music. I always like to start with that. But first, I'm going to sneeze, so excuse me. Okay, and we're back. And yes, there's only two. Generally, you sneeze in three, so there could be another one coming, just waiting there. But, you know, with the health and everything, trying to be healthier, eat healthier than that. And so I'm trying to, part of it is digest more lettuce. And so lettuce is supposed to be good for you. I had to tell it the other night. I put like 4 pieces of lettuce there when I did it. And then everything else. But more lettuce. So I bought 2 more lettuce albums. And I think this is taking care of a lot of my lettuce that I am to take for health reasons. So we're doing pretty good. But we're talking about this one first. This is the brand new one. And I just talked about lettuce a few weeks ago. But this album came out in, they started in 1992 in Boston, funk jazz. So this is the one that they just put out last year. And I have really gotten to like this group. I mean, when they started, they were big in New York, they were big in San Francisco, Chicago, and Tokyo. And so it was kind of this word of mouth that went out there with lettuce, getting people excited about it. Well, this is called Cook. So again, it came out last year. It's just high energy funk that's blending soul and jazz. You're going to get some of that in here. The horns, they are just super tight, and there is just so many danceable grooves happening in this album. It's a 2-album set. They seem to do, their albums basically are 2-album sets. And what makes it really special is in this one, it comes with the Lettuce Cookbook. And so each of the band members have added 1, maybe 2, maybe even 3 recipes on here that you too at home can do. It's even kind of perforated. You could cut them out if you wanted to. And these are truly real recipes. So is that not exciting or what? Not only do you get healthy eating your lettuce and digesting, I want to say digesting lettuce, but you can have more recipes and not, well, a lot of them deal with lettuce too, but there's stuff you cook. So, cool stuff. That's very neat. And of course you could see them cooking, because this album cooks. It absolutely cooks. It has, there's these 4 intros. They call it sessions, right there, sessions. So they're kind of small, and then they go into the music. And the first one goes into 7 tribes that has this absolutely awesome Mediterranean vibe. Then another one goes into, it's called Gold Tooth. And Gold Tooth has an Egyptian vibe, and you absolutely can feel it and hear it in there. And it's just full-on funk. I mean, it just goes, man. Especially they do the Mac, and the Mac is mind-blowing funk happening. It's wonderful. This album it cooks. It really, it is. Wow. There are lots of earworm songs in here. When I look at this, on some of where is it? Oh, Groot Up. Groot Up was one. Definitely gets in your brain, and that ever clav it your way. Incredible stuff. This is a wonderful album. Again, came out very, very end of last year. It's almost like this year's album. Really happy to have it. But I had also bought this from my buddy down Radio Wasteland, Jim Glixen. Hey, check out our podcast. 2 guys talking about records, and on the Believe Network, iHeart, Spotify, Facebook, and YouTube at Radio Wasteland Records. But this week we're going with punk, UK versus American punk. What is better? We're on different sides on that, so that's the podcast. All right, there's the commercial. So this is Let Us Rage, and this was, I believe, what was it? Their second album. Nothing special in there. It's just off on black vinyl. This is a reissue. Came out in 2019. It originally came out in 2008. Very 70s style retro funk happening on here. Think Tower of Power, Earth, Wind, and Fire before they got too sappy. James Brown. Kind of music you're going to get. It's rump shaking jazz fusion. And so a lot of jazz fusion is not rump shaking. This will get your ass moving. It's so nice, so good. Really, they when they recorded this, they used vintage recording equipment because they wanted the 70s sound. That was the vibe that they wanted to have. And they did a pretty good job on making sure that they got this. And it's just one good song after another. They do a... They actually sing on a couple of them. They do 2 covers, and one of them is Move On Up by Curtis Mayfield. Holy crap, that brass section. Wow. Just bam. That cover they do is incredibly good. It's so freaking exciting. It just... Yeah, this whole album has just a great vibe to it. Really nice. Yeah, it's party music. This is pure party music if you want to get your funk on. Rage. So 2 albums from Rage. Super happy to get that. another one, another newer group I learned about on YouTube. You know, they come up with, hey, we got this music video they show you. This is Glixen. And Glixen is out of Phoenix. That would be Arizona. Steve, you'll be in that area eventually. Well, not in Phoenix, but you're going to move down there to Arizona, so you might be able to see these guys live, because I'm sure you're going to dig this. They have an insert that is just, you can't even read what the hell. There are some lyrics, and that's good, because you really are not going to understand the lyrics on this unless you've got really good ears. But they formed in 2020, so it's a young group. Kind of, I would say, tender melodies surrounded by very grungy textures and heavy guitars. It's two ladies and two men playing, kind of like the group Blush. The vocals, they have those breathy vocals that are pushed down, hard to hear. You hear them in there. It's the voice is more like an instrument. Oh, it is an instrument, but you know, it's not about understanding what they're saying, because there is just a lot. There's just layers of noise happening. This was an EP that came out in 2023. This is the 2025 repress. So how about they already repressed their EP? Mournful, head rush. I'm trying to get some of these. See, they don't really say what's on anything on here, so you don't even know what you're getting on here. But a lot of music, it deals with heartbreak, stuff like that. Supposedly, I can't tell you, but in May 2nd, they're coming to Denver. So I already did check that out, and it may go see them. I don't know. I kind of like this, but it is, there's like one song, Charm, which just is a very weird instrumental. It's odd. What they're doing, just these odd chords they're playing, the music they're making. A lot of the music is very ethereal tones happening. Think My Bloody Valentine or Hum might be two groups to kind of think about with them. So not bad. Glixen, and the name of the album is She Only Said. She Only Said from Glixen. Moving into the world of garage rock, we have the Tryfus, Tryfes. So we're going to just say trifle. No, there's an L in there too. Trifles. Yeah. Trifless. I don't know. I don't know. It's garage rock. That's what I do know that. It does come with this. Look at that. Oh, nothing there. Just the albums that you can get off Midnight Records. So here we go. There's just a lot of cool things. Hey, the Morlocks. I got that one. Yeah, there's a few others on here that I have. Just some cool garage rock stuff. And because it's off the Midnight label. And the album itself, black vinyl, Midnight. This is an original, and what's interesting, damn it, I have had a problem getting these back into sleeves lately, and it's these plastic. All right, I'm putting it aside. Oh, freaking paper sleeves. Okay. So, what are you getting on here? Yeah, obviously, garage rock. They formed New York City, 83, and broke up in 87. Basically, these guys didn't get along. There was, shall we call, they suffered from internal conflicts. Basically, they weren't talking to each other after a bit. It just didn't work out. The music's kind of a psychedelic punk revival. It's garagey, but there's some psych. little bit of punk in there. They only did one LP. This is it. This is an original, 1986. And all of the musicians on here were record collectors. And look at this. At one time, this only cost $1. $1. I paid more than $1, but not a lot. This was for a lot of that garage rock from the 80s is inexpensive. At times on here, you're going to hear some chiming guitars, almost like a Birds-like thing. That was really kind of nice, breaks it up. 2 ladies and 2 men. Oh my God, is this a theme? That's once again, we have that. Play on this. There's no organ, so it kind of takes away some of that garage rock kind of feel that you get. But I would call this mid-tier kind of garage rock, or whatever. It's the vocalist is not that great. Okay, again, he probably had the mic. Yeah, I got the mic, so I get to sing. Okay, and everyone else, oh, all right, just fine. You suck. They weren't talking, so they probably thought, God, this guy can't sing, but he has the mic. So it could be it. I don't know, but it's okay. It's okay. It's cheap. Moves into Analog Africa. We have Zigzag. How's that for fun? Zigzag. And it comes with this. Nothing there. And a little something about the band. There they are. Album is one of those buried inside it there. Sucks. It is a 2-album set. Zigzag Band. Let's see, they did 3 LPs. They've done 3 LPs. They started out, their name was Perjury. And they're from Zimbabwe. I guess I should say that. This is not Zambia. It's Zimbabwe. Been showing some Zimbabwe lately. So there are a lot of bands there play in the hotels. They're hotel bands, okay? That's how you make your money. So the hotel owner, comes in, hey, we're Perjury. And then, all right, fine. He goes, that's the hotel owner. That's kind of negative. Why don't we need something more exciting? We need a more exciting name. They go, well, okay, well, he goes, let's call you Nuclear Reaction. Well, the guy's giving them the money, so okay. So they become Nuclear Reaction. Well, they're not digging it. So they decide to change their name to, it's 1980 now, Yolk 80. Yolk. And, why Yolk? He goes, because everybody likes egg yolk. Oh. And then in 1981, they became Yolk 81. But I don't think they wanted to keep changing their name, Yolk 82, 83. So one of the guys went into a dictionary and just searching for anything and found Zigzag. Ta-da! And that's what stuck with them. The music is Chigiyo. There's no doubt I am just massacring that. Chigiyo. Chigiyo. It is, it's kind of original to Zambia. Hold on one sec. Okay, it's so dry around here. Extreme dry. You just get bloody noses. You get bloody noses. Oh, weird. All right, so the Chigiyo, it's a form of popular dance, and they really took it to the next level. So this is music from 87 to 98. Just different things that they had recorded. It's very upbeat and it's different. Okay, it's its own style. It's its own kind of style, but it's really danceable type music. It's using a lot of brass. They bring in that. There's, I think, 3 trumpets on here. The guitars are kind of muted, and there's just this kind of little reggae going on underneath it. You especially hear the reggae within the bass and the drums. You get that feel. Great. This is a great album from Analog Africa. Someday I need to do just a quick video on my Analog Africa albums because it's It's a full cube because I really like the stuff that they keep putting out. This is one of their better albums. Really nice, really good, very upbeat, fun, and great music. For those that like to rock, The Cult. And man, I can't believe I like when this came out. The Cult, whatever. It's just this. They're a hard rock group that's out there, and as time has gone, I have changed my mind on all that and found that man, this is pretty good. This is a beautiful original, just gorgeous shape. And there you go, off Sire Records. So The Cult, out of UK, formed in 84, broke up in 95, restarted in 06. This was like, you could say, the last really great album. I mean, they put out more music, but it just never caught on. This was the one. They started Southern Death Cult. Then they go, well, let's drop the Southern off that. Let's just call ourselves Death Cult. And then and the music was kind of more goth. They had more goth going on, goth rock, but they began changing into more heavy rock, and they finally went to The Cult. And they also had this Native American obsession, kind of like Doors did. Doors had somewhat of that, and but the guitars, they had the guitar orchestration of like this Led Zeppelin, but the three chord crunch of AC/DC happening within their music. And they made music that was for the stadium. This is a stadium rock album. Wonderful stuff. Sonic Temple, their fourth LP, and some could say it was their best. I really like it. I like a lot of that. I like the early stuff from the 80s. But this had Sweet Soul Sister on here and Fire Woman, along with some other stuff. And just, yeah, it's built for the arena. Came out in 1989. You even have a song here in New York City where Iggy Pop sings on there. And it's just a heavy, aggressive song. Really comes at you. They do a variety. I said vocals. They do a variety of different styles on here. There's even some almost kind of ballad type things, but they always wind up taking off. Yeah. I mean, everyone knows this one. Edie was one I really liked. It slowed way down, really. They had violins. They put violins in there. But then, as always, it kind of takes off, so it wasn't really sappy. And I appreciate that. So, yeah, nice to have that back in. I think I had 3 Cult albums. I'm probably good now for The Cult, but this is one I needed. And that's it. I had a record store day, but we're going to wait because we're kind of going along there. So thank you so much for hanging out and being a part of this. Always appreciate it. Got some, who knows what I'm doing this coming week. I don't know. Because I really plan my videos far out in advance. So, but thank you as always for dropping by. I did one on my Zamrock. If you haven't seen, if you want to see what my Zamrock collection looks like, how big it is, please check that one out. Everyone have a great week. Bye.